friends, it's Em of Plan with Em, and today we are going to be setting up my 2025 planner for January. So this is a hemlock and oak, a vertical planner, and I'm digging it. I liked it enough that I went from my undated hemlock and oak to a dated. I was very, very excited about that because I was getting kind of tired of writing in the dates. I also am excited to have my monthly setup right in front of my weeklies. So I'm using the Archer and Olive Kit Club. This is the last Kit Club that I have because I am trying to be more financially savvy or whatever this year, and that meant canceling my Kit Club and canceling my Archer and Olive subscription box, which I have been with since the beginning. So it's kind of like the end of an era a little bit. But I have missed setting up like a monthly calendar. I'm not sure yet how often I'll look at it, but it is very like graphic compared to like some of my other spreads, and I do like how it looks. I think I will look at this more, if only because, I have all of my monthly goals in it. So I did a yearly goals sort of set up privately, mostly because it just took me a while to get into that goal setting spirit, so to speak. I sort of first went through and brainstormed a lot of things, and then I did a vision board, and that kind of helped me pare down what was actually something that I wanted to do or be or whatever versus something that I thought that I had to do. So I quite liked that. And the sort of focus areas for me for 2025 are going to be health, financial, and oddly enough, spiritual. Mostly because the spiritual category definitely correlates with everything that I'm working on in therapy, which, therapy is great, and if you can do it, you should do it. But I really did miss sort of this graphic. I keep saying graphic, but that's just because once I put in the letters that I have here, you'll understand. It's definitely very like, wow. Setup for the month. I'm also going to be using the rest of the stickers for the first week in January, so that theme will match, but then for the rest of January, it's going to be whatever I want. And I kind of like that. I don't know if I'll be able to continue that in like the months to come, but that's okay. But exciting, not the first week of January, but the second week of January, I'm going to Miami. It's for work. But I have never been. Gil and we talked about going to Miami for a honeymoon. We have not decided where we actually want to do a honeymoon. Although one of our goals this year is to save up enough so that we can actually go. We have not treated ourselves to like a real vacation in 3 years. Mostly just because of like, rent, and then we bought a house, and then it's like, okay, well, why would we leave this perfectly good house that we just bought? But I'm excited. If you have any tips on where we should go for our honeymoon, or anywhere we should go while I'm in Miami, I'd be more than open to listening to that. Now, so I'm going to go through my monthly goals because that's what I'm going to be writing all the way down the left half of my dashboard. What I've done is I'm using the Moxie Life categories, and I've broken it into the 8 sort of subcategories, and then I've given myself 2, sometimes 3, but like really 2 actions that'll bring me towards my yearly goals. So these are my monthly goals. So then what I'll do is in the weeklies, I'll go in and I will put these things as weekly actions or put in trackers, etc. So first category is personal. So I want to design a night routine. Really, I want to design just a every single day routine because I freaking love routine that allows for like creative time and work, obviously, but also like time to hang out with Gil, exercise, etc. Another thing that I want to find, I want to learn how to like sew or embroider. So I was going to try and find a class to take it because I definitely am going to need a real human being. I'm just like way too much of a perfectionist without that. So I'm going to try and find one. I might not take it in January, but I will sort of get that on the books. Then also have deciding on the location for our honeymoon, in fun, and playing Stray, which is a video game where you're a little orange cat running around a post-apocalyptic world. I played it and I was enjoying it, and then I took a break and I need to get back to it. For work, that work here is really sort of like Plan with M as a brand focused. So it has to do with like how much I'm posting on Instagram and how much I'm posting on YouTube. I definitely am trying to get into a sustainable posting schedule that also lets me post everything I want to post. So I should be on YouTube at least once a week. So get excited for that. Then family and relationships didn't really fit into this, so I just wrote relations. So I want to have a monthly game night, and then I am planning a trip with my parents for June that I'm very excited about because I haven't seen them in a long time. Actually, I haven't seen them since I got married. I'm a bad daughter. It's fine. Then for health, I want to be exercising 3 times a week, and then taking my vitamins and tracking something. I just wrote tracking. I might have been vitamins tracking, but it could also be tracking my cholesterol because that is the big reason that I'm like wanting to get my health sphere back together. Then for spiritual, which this is also spiritual and personal development. It's a very weird category for me. But y'all know how much I like hiking. So one of my goals is to this month hike at our local nature center. And then I have wanted to start volunteering with Girls Inc., which is like a female empowerment charity, and it's local to where I work, so I want to get in with that. Also very exciting. Every year we have Friendmas, which is where my old D&D group comes to Knoxville, and we hang out, give each other gifts, play Spotify Wrapped trivia. Usually there's a little bit of like Mario Party, sort of Jackbox style games involved too. It's really fun, and it's right after my Miami trip, so I might just be exhausted, but we'll see. For financial, y'all know I just posted about Bookopoly, so that means that it's month 1 of Bookopoly, so I'm doing my book buying ban. I'm getting that out of the way. And then I also want to set our honeymoon budget. So this is going to depend on where we go, right? If we're trying to go to the moon, it's going to cost a lot more money, so we're going to have to save a lot more, etc. And then around the home, I've got some candles that I want to de-stash because I have entirely too many candles. I keep forgetting to burn them because I'm never home. It's a whole thing. And then I also want to revamp our dish drying area. So namely like putting in an actual drying rack so we can set things up higher than the little mat that absorbs everything. And that's it for the monthly. It's very, very exciting. I also just put in all the little date stickers that came in the kit. And you're kind of going to see how my spreads start nowadays. It's definitely a little bit different than how it used to be. Previously, I would put in all of the stickers and I wouldn't write anything until I took the picture. Now I just take a picture after the pen because it's just easier that way for me. And so this week is pretty normal. It's a pretty normal week apart from leaving for Miami at the end of it. And I do have New Year's Day off, which is exciting. Anytime that I can get time off of work for free, I am a happy camper. I am also going to have to go in later once I sort of have my idea for the week figured out and put in all of my workouts. I go to a Pilates class every single Monday and I love it. It's on the reformer, so you get to like lay down the whole time. It's great. And I've really been noticing like it has been helping with my back pain and hip pain, etc. You'll notice that like compared to my previous threads, if you follow me on Instagram, this is very blank. It will get filled in. There will be it's not no white space, but it does get pretty close. And I like it that way. I like seeing everything like for each day noted. So like sometimes if I'm trying to fill in space, I'll write in like, oh, this is the audiobook that I listened to. And on days where like I have the full day at work, that just means that I can use bigger stickers there because there's not going to be as much to fill in that day. This is also one of my favorite ways to like keep track of my reading. So I'll just put like what book I'm reading that night on there, and it helps me remember like what I read and when to update my Goodreads. I also this week need to schedule a CPA appointment. So that has to do with one of my sort of yearly goals for Plan With Them, namely making it somewhat profitable. But that's fine. I'm just here for a good time. And that's basically it. So I'll just add a few little stickers here and there, but this is my first week in my Hemlock and Oak as well as my monthly setup. I will probably be posting these maybe once a month unless you guys want them more often. But this is it. So like this video if you liked it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. And as always, happy planning.